Here we have the outside of the 2021 Auto Sleeper Nuevo. As I move along, I will firstly come to the LPG tank fill point. So if I now just push in, twist, the dust cover will release itself. Our UK fillers just literally slide over the top of this part just here, and then it's just a matter of twisting a lever around and then pulling that lever towards you to lock it onto the side of the van. Once this has been done, it's just a matter of holding the button down until you've popped in as many litres as you want, or until it automatically clicks, no different than a fuel pump would. To release it, just push the lever back, twist and remove. The bezel part just in the centre here is to screw in the continental adapters. To view how much gas is in the gas tank, we just need to come to the driver's side just here, and you will find the gauge here. This can only be viewed when the engine is running, and you'll get a series of little green lights, and they will slowly disappear as the gas is used. The gas tank itself literally just sits here, and to isolate the gas tank, just pull the lever just here, remove the front faceplate, and then if we just peer underneath, you'll see little brass knob just here. Just turn this to isolate the gas. The regulator just sits here. This is a crash regulator. These can sometimes be triggered if you go over a bump very violently. So if you're not getting gas into the van and you know your gas tank isn't empty, just come and check underneath here. And if this little yellow button just here has popped out, the crash valve has activated. To reset it, just push the button in, hold it in for about 5 seconds and then let go, and it will then reset itself. Beside the LPG fill point, we also have external TV and satellite points, and we also have a 12-volt plug-in point as well. Next we have fresh tank water fill using the whale filler. If you're going to use this, attach the hose to a tap, plug it in, lock it into place, and then just slide this section down. Turn on the water, and then make sure the 12 volt is turned on the van, and that water fill is activated on the control panel, and then it will begin to fill up the fresh water tank. Once it's full, it will automatically just cut off, and if you're on a fully serviced pitch, you can literally just leave the tap turned on and it will just constantly replenish the tank as required. To remove, just slide up, push the 2 buttons in and then pull towards you. Truma boiler flue just here. We don't need to do anything with this, but just make sure that nothing is obstructing it. And then mains hookup just here. When removing the hookup cable, just push down on the blue lever as you pull towards you. Cassette toilet just here. To remove the cassette, just lift up on the blue lever just here and then pull towards you. Before use, remove the cap and add your toilet chemical with a small amount of water. This is also where it empties from. Just remember that when you are pouring it away, to hold the button in here as well, because this will release the vacuum inside. It's also advisable to keep this seal lubricated. Thetford do their own seal lubricant, but any silicone based lubricant is fine. And by turning this section just here, allows full access inside for cleaning. If any debris was to wrap itself up around the float located inside the cassette, which would let you know if it's full, it can be cleaned just by turning this part here and removing. All of these cassettes are now on wheels with pull-up handles. To drain down the fresh water tank, it's just done at this point just here, so literally just turn, and then we have the grey water tank drain tap just here, so anything that goes down the plug holes goes into the holding tank and then drained off at this tap. The spare wheel is just here and it winds down. So in the jack and wheel brace kit there's a bar that locates where my finger is just here. Pop the bar in, attach the brace to it and then wind it down. There is an air line that runs from this spare wheel to this point just here, so you can check the tyre pressure and top it up without having to actually drop the tyre itself. This motorhome is fitted with rear corner steadies, and you'll see I've got the corner steady winding handle just there. It's just a matter of just then winding it to wind the corner steadies both up and down, and you can see the other wind point just there. Bike rack just here, so if I now just pull the rails down, we pop the bike's wheels onto the rails and then secure the straps through the wheels, and then just attach the arms to the framework. Because this is a low level bike rack and the bikes may obstruct the rear lights, we have a light board just here, and this just plugs in at this point here. This button here controls the electric step. This will also automatically put itself away when the engine is started, and it can also be put out on the key fob by pressing the bottom button. Vents for the fridge freezer just here. As this is a fully winterized motorhome, it is supplied with 2 winter fridge vent covers, so if you are using the van in extremely cold climate, you can pop these on and it will then help hold some heat in and make the fridge run efficiently. To pop these on, start at the bottom by hooking it on and then just snap into place, and then do the same again with the lower vent. And now the fridge will only vent from the lowest point here and the top point here on both. Make sure that these are not on in the warmer months, so otherwise the fridge will just overheat and not run correctly. We then have fresh water tank fill again, but this time just by using a standard hose pipe. So to fill up the fresh water tank, just pop it in just here. The cap is lockable. Barbecue point just here. So currently the barbecue adapter is still just attached on a cable tie, so remove it. And then to attach the hose of the barbecue to this rib section just here and secure it with a Jubilee clip. To use it, just pop this end in where my finger is and it will lock into place, and it will then allow you to turn the gas on. To remove it, push the collar and then it will pop straight back out again. Beside that, we just have an external 3-pin socket. Access underneath the bench seat, and then beneath that we have the wet locker. At the top here we then have the 2-lay Omnistore roll-out canopy. To roll it out, firstly take the canopy winding handle, and then what we want to do is just pop it into this section up here and then begin to wind to release the canopy. As you can now see, I've wound the canopy out a short distance, which is the best idea, and then drop the legs for stability, so we're then not putting too much stress on the top of the motorhome or the awning itself. To drop the legs, just push in at this point here and it will release, and then just drop it down, and you'll see that the leg will then drop to the ground. Get the awning at the height you require, and then just snap up the grey lever to lock the leg into place. And then once both legs are supporting the awning, it can then be fully wound out. And as you can see, once the awning is fully wound out, these support arms are virtually straight. And then to put it away, obviously wind it some of the way back in again, walking the legs as you go. And then release the lever, slide back up again, and then pop the leg back into place. And then do exactly the same again with the other leg, and then fully wind away. These particular awning winding handles can get stuck in place, so just push in, give it a little twist, and then it will release itself. Just down here we have diesel fill, cap unlocks on the ignition key, and then beneath that we have the AdBlue top up. It will let you know on the dashboard when your AdBlue needs to be topped up. Tyre pressures on the door pillar, just here. Jack and wheel brace underneath the passenger seat. Vehicle battery is just located underneath the floor just here. And then bonnet release just here.